So I'm trying to make tinder a different way now. Just balling the birch bark up. I tried scraping it with my knife, but it's not exactly cooperating today. I have a nice dull knife, so I look forward to fixing when I get home.
That's cool. But yeah, as I saw, it's burning.
Guys, this is my living room. Coming at you from here. It just occurred to me. So we just came back a little while ago from our church Christmas dinner banquet get-together gala thingy. It was really fun, actually. It's nice to have people who feel like family around you, especially this time of year and when you're not from here. Anyways, it's a whole other video. And it occurred to me, why don't I do an EDC or everyday carry video with what I actually carry every day? I just came in, I'm not taking like Bowie knives in there, nothing like that. So this is what I would have on me every day. This is what I have on the weekends, at work, out scooting around, shopping, you name it. This is always on me all the time, and yeah, why don't we get down to it? So, and it's a pants-based EDC, so everything I carry is in these pockets, basically, for the most part. So, let's get started with this side. Like I say, this is every day I carry this stuff. So we've got quick and dirty. And if somebody in town asks me for a light, well, I do. Compass I've carried since I was a kid. She's getting a little worn through, but I don't have much reason to put it on a map most of the time every day. I should get a newer compass just for orienteering and stuff. Of course, I got one of these little light my fire jobbies. I need to get a big one for my everyday fire use, but just to keep with me all the time, this has come in handy on numerous occasions. The scraper on is pretty good. It also has a whistle, so, you know, why not? If it's in my pocket and I'm in my canoe, then I've got it if I need to shriek out for something. Chapstick. Yes, my lips do dry out up here. I'm not going to be too ashamed to admit it, but this has all kinds of other uses too. So you can use this for, like if your fingers are cracking or sounds silly, but up here you'll find sometimes the tip of your nose will dry out and crack too and get pretty sore. It's no fun. You can use it like an ointment for some things as well. It's goes without saying. One thing it is good for too is fire lighting. So you rub a little bit of this on some cotton lint or some fuzz or something like that, maybe some paper, and that'll catch fairly readily. And then in the other side pocket, or in this case pockets, because these particular pair of pants are divided up a little better. Something I usually carry with me, something else that goes with, without saying, up here in the cold, dry stuff. It's antibiotic ointment, so basically the same thing as polysporin, except a little more affordable. That has a plethora of uses as well, similar to the chapstick, with the added benefit of the antibiotic properties of it. I've got my wallet, which we'll go into that in a minute too, because that's not just another pretty looking wallet. Of course, everybody's going to ask you, oh, what about your cutting or your knife, that sort of tool? Well, I've got a Leatherman Wingman that did have a serrated blade from about here down. I'm not a big fan of serrated blades, but at the same time I probably would have left this, but with the amount of sharpening it's got, it's yeah, it's kind of been reprofiled. Great tool, actually. Between this and the Sidekick Bang for Buckwise, this was a Christmas present. This will be 3 Christmases ago now, this Christmas, from my brother-in-law, who's he's not a bush pilot up here anymore. He's just a regular old medevac pilot, which is still cool, but yeah, when he's flying bush, he got this for me, and I don't know if he knew how much I would use this, but this saves the day about 100 times a day. Not really, but at least easily 5 to 30, depending on the day. Oh, this is for my Jeep. This, the leather on this came off the saddle ring on my BB gun. This is what it's like to be a Canadian gun owner. I mean, this is for stuff I really need. I've got a key for the house somewhere on here. A key to lock my canoe up. And the rest of those pretty much are either locks for gun cabinets, gun locks, ammunition lock boxes, keys to like the range gate. Yeah. But we don't have as much crazy violence up here, so I am not going to complain about that. Not that I'm bad-mouthing my American friends either. Now, as far as a wallet goes, let's see. I'm going to do this one part off camera just so you don't see where I live, because my teapot, whatever you want to call it, teapot, it's not that big. I'm just going to haul my license out of here, which you'd probably like to see though. It's got polar bears and stuff on it. Everything's so much cooler up here. Even your driver's license. Okay. Pretty sure there's no vital infos there. This is my hunting and fishing licenses, not including my tags. My tags are always in my hunting bag. Don't want to get caught without those. I'll move some of this out of the way. As far as my wallet goes, now this is going to somewhere tomorrow, which, yeah, in hindsight though, a guy should, or a lady, should always keep a bit of cash in your wallet. You never know, you gotta get a taxi. We've got 2 cab companies up here. One takes cash, one doesn't, or should say takes debit and one doesn't, but there, you'll be able to get yourself out of binds once in a while, even just to, I don't want to say bribe, but reward the local people as far as for services or anything like that. Go to somebody's house, use your phone, get a jug of gas, you never know. This is some homemade wax paper, and apparently according to Barbara, she's done. I think she's up there making my Christmas present. It's better that I stay down here. This is wax paper, so this is waterproof.
What did you say?
But it can also be used to make a fire as tinder.
Aaron.
Barbara. She doesn't even, that's nice, but you don't even know you're on video, do you? Oh, she's cute. So I've got that. I have, well, let's just dig all this out as much as we can. I think that's everything that, as far as the cool stuff goes. No. All kinds of cool stuff in the wallet. The only downside to carrying things like this in your wallet, which is going to come up when we go fly to Nova Scotia, is airport stuff. Not exactly airline friendly. No, I'm making a video on my everyday carry, because that's what I carry every day. So, hacksaw blade. So some of the stuff's probably going to make you feel like a criminal, but if you own a Jeep, you'll understand. A lot of the stuff will get you out of a bind too. So, hacksaw blade. What would you ever do with this? Well, obviously you can use it like any other hacksaw for cutting through, not just metal. I've used this for cutting plastic and things like that, as far as tidying some things up on my vehicles, trying to route things like wires and things through plastic. But you can also use it as a striker. Pretty sure these are probably a pretty good carbon steel, so you might be able to get a good spark off it too if you've got a piece of quartz and get a spark going on some chugga or some char cloth or something like that. And I've got, I think, only one of these left, it looks like, but some Ranger bands. I'll probably put a few more of those in my wallet. They're also good for starting fires as well, in case you didn't know that. They burn hot and long. The cable ties, there's about a zillion and one uses for those things. I've got a safety pin in here. It's not quite the size of a blanket pin, but it's a little bigger than a diaper pin probably, or about diaper pin size. I don't know, I haven't worn diapers for a long time. One of these little guys, at least one of those you should keep with you. Interesting story. A friend of mine is a Mountie with the RCMP up here, and locked themselves out of their apartment while washing their Jeep. Terribly embarrassing, and with Crown Housing, it's kind of a pain in the butt to call and wait for somebody to come get you out. But between this and the file screwdriver bit on this, I used this as the wrench to turn the actual lock mechanism, this to tickle the tumblers, and got that person back into their home, which was good. But yeah, that's my everyday carry. There's probably stuff you could add to it, but that's something I can take with me just about anywhere, almost. Obviously flying, you wouldn't be able to take probably these without arousing some suspicion. Definitely that. That I don't know about. If I had a cheaper one, I would take it and find out, but a lot of this stuff will get packed in my checked baggage. Oh, and if you have firearm stuff, always keep that with you, because you never know. Even if you're not planning on hunting or shooting and there's a smoking deal on the gun you've always wanted, yeah, no worries carrying it. And here in Canada we have our PAL, but there's also, what most people don't know about, this little Ziploc bag. There's a piece of paper at the bottom of your license that by law you are required to carry it, and if a peace officer requests to see that, you better have it. Will it ever turn into anything? Probably not, but follow the law to the letter of the law and you shouldn't have any problems. So that's my EDC. Thought you guys might, well, some people might enjoy it, some people might find it terribly boring, but I just figured, yeah, well, it was fresh in my mind. It might be something you guys want to see. You can tailor yours to whatever you're likely to encounter, but personally speaking, most of the stuff could get me by in a pinch. The multi-tool is not going to do any real heavy cutting in the bush, but if I know I'm going in the bush, I've got a knife, at least a bigger knife, plus hatchet, saw, things like that. But if I happen to be traveling and with somebody else and something happens where we're stuck in a situation, I've at least got that to get us out of a jam. For the most part, shelter building, you should be able to grab some things just naturally laying around and either pick them up or break them off and set some things up. Same thing with fire. For the most part, you should be able to have a okay little fire going with your bare hands for a while, as long as you don't need a great big fire. And even then, if you're smart, you can find something that'll burn where it's at and build around it. Same thing with shelter. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching Bushcraft North of 60. Hope you guys subscribe, because probably for every 10 videos I put out, there'll be one that might be good and you might even like it. So we'll see you guys from our interesting little living room here. Ta-ta.